This hearing is the committee's second in a planned series on improving the administration of elections. Today's hearing focuses on innovation, administrative improvements, and cost savings. Last month, the committee met to hear from the bipartisan co-chairs of the President's Commission on Election Administration. The President established the commission to study how elections are administered across the country and identify best practices for improving our elections. And as we heard from two very bright and very thoughtful co-chairs, Bob Bauer and Ben Ginsberg, there are a number of improvements that can be made as to how elections are administered, and they had some bipartisan suggestions. As Americans, we are and should be proud of our democratic traditions. The expansion of the voting franchise is, over the past 2 centuries, reflects the best of America. And part of being American is recognizing the importance of giving a voice to all Americans to participate in our democracy. And that is why we plan to introduce legislation that builds on the best practices recommended by the Presidential Commission on Election Administration. American voters deserve an election system that allows every eligible American who wants to participate in our democracy the opportunity to do so without unnecessary burdens. Common sense reforms that utilize our existing technology can make our election administration more voter-friendly while increasing efficiency and reducing costs. Many of our colleagues have been very interested in this issue, and at the top of the list are the two senators testifying first on our panel. They are Senator Boxer and Senator Coons. They are committed to improving the administration of elections and to talk about their legislation, very thoughtful, good legislation that each of them has offered. Senator Boxer is here to discuss the Lines Interfere with National Elections Act, known, quite coincidentally, as the Line Act, which seeks to create accountability and ensure voters never have to wait more than 30 minutes to vote. This goal, also highlighted by the Presidential Commission, is an important one for which we should strive. I think it's a great idea. Nothing pains me more than to see people on a cold November night who are waiting to go home, put food on the table, relax, waiting in the cold on line that goes in. We have it in my home neighborhood and my home borough. So I think Senator Boxer's legislation is needed and thoughtful. Senator Coons was gracious enough to join us today to discuss the Fair, Accurate, Secure, and Timely Voting Act, known as the FAST Voting Act, coincidentally as well. The bill creates an incentive for a race-to-the-top structure to encourage states to adopt many of the best practices. And I think that's a great idea, too, to have the states compete to do better and give them a reward for doing better worked very well in Race to the Top, and I think it'll work very well in elections, too, where you have the same idea, federal interest, but basically state laws govern. At the Presidential Commission, we heard an overview of the reforms, and today we're going to hear a more in-depth explanation of the benefits of online registration and electronic poll books from our second panel of witnesses, which includes state and local elected officials. I look forward to their firsthand accounts of how technological upgrades can help in providing good customer service to voters, and we should regard the voters as customers, as well as cost savings by eliminating unnecessary data entry. These are the types of common sense, cost-effective reforms we hope to move forward in this committee.